Well, welcome to day 16. We talked about perfection. If you're like me and you grew up in the church, this was probably hard for you to believe or maybe even accept. And so I've asked my friend Brittany to do something a little bit weird with us again today. We're going to do some tapping, or what they call EFT, which you're going to explain a little bit about that. But I want you to get rid of all distractions. Again, this might be weird for you, but just embrace what we're going to do over the next 4 or 5 minutes, because I promise you it'll help.
Yeah. So as he said, this is called EFT or tapping. It's emotional freedom technique. And so really all this is there's receptors in the skin and different trigger points that help us to calm the brain down and the nervous system down so that we can relax and that we can release stored emotions, because emotions get trapped in our body. Our bodies keep the score, right? And so they know everything that's going on. And so this just helps us to get into a state of calm to release those things. You can look this up online. There's lots of great resources. I don't have time to get into all of the research and science right now, but this is an awesome thing to add to your tool belt. And so here are the different points that we're going to be going over. There's a point here on your hand. There's a point above your eyebrow, on your cheek. And now this doesn't matter which hand you use or which side of your face. It doesn't matter at all. There's above the lip, and then on the chin, and then your chest, or kind of like on the collarbone area. You can also do both hands if you want. And then above on the top of the head, kind of crown of the head area. So those are the different spots, and we're just going to kind of move along. So just tap along with me, and I'm going to say some things around our perfection in Christ and just trying to help us to accept that. And so just move along with me, say these things out loud or in your head. And so now as we start, just kind of sit in your chair, sit up in your chair, take some deep breaths, check in with yourself. Where are you at on a scale of 1 to 10? Do you have kind of, thoughts ruminating? Do you have tension in your body? Just notice it. And take some deep breaths to try to release some of that. Just center yourself in this moment, be present. Okay, now as we tap, go ahead and say these things along with me. This truth that I am perfect is hard to swallow. This is not what I've been taught. This doesn't line up with my experience up until now. Saying I am perfect doesn't feel true. It sounds too easy, too good to believe. And even though it doesn't feel true in this moment, and I don't feel perfect, I choose to fully honor and accept myself. Even though I'm having a hard time accepting this truth about myself, I choose to fully love, honor, and accept myself just as I am. Because the truth is, the Father loves and accepts me just as I am. So it's safe for me to accept myself as well. Even though it feels weird to call myself perfect, the truth is that He calls me perfect. The truth is, I'm already perfect in Christ. So now I'm clearing out whatever gets in the way of me accepting that. I'm choosing to clear out the fears. I'm clearing all this self-doubt, all these so-called imperfections that I have that might suggest that I'm not good enough just as I am. And I choose to change those thoughts today. And I choose to love myself in the midst of feeling imperfect. Even though my brain is telling me this is wrong, that it can't be this easy. I can't be easy on myself, because if I am, I won't be motivated to change. I can't let myself off the hook. But I don't need to point out my flaws or feel bad about them in order to motivate myself. Even though others may have done that to me in the past. Other people have had painful ways to motivate me to be better. And I choose to clear that out now. I'm allowing myself to give myself the unconditional love that I may not have gotten in the past when I needed it most. And I lean into the feeling of perfection. It's safe to feel perfect. It's safe to accept that I am who He says I am. If He calls me perfect, then it's okay to say that about myself. I fully accept my perfection in Christ, in body, soul, and spirit. Okay, take another deep breath. So how are you feeling right now? Go ahead and rate yourself again on a scale of 1 to 10. Did you notice any shifts or changes in your body? If not, I encourage you to go back and do this again as many times as you need to until you really can feel the truth of this starting to settle into you.
Head back to your devotional and write or journal what the Spirit might be saying to you in this moment.